I can't hear. Feels like something is crushing my eardrums. Slowly the shattered pieces of the world reform. My body convulses as if struck by lightning. I am Wakaba Rintaro. I'm in the lab development room, standing in front of the time leap machine with my phone to my ear. Yep, we went back to the same place, and now that you have this second chance, hopefully you're not gonna screw it up. Yeah, my brain hurts again. This isn't like a headache, it's somehow deeper. With the pain comes a torrent of emotions. Sorrow, longing, hope, joy that threatens to wash away my psyche. However, only one thing matters. It worked again. I quickly returned to the lounge. Yeah, you surprised me. I almost crashed into Kurisu. Don't startle me like that. Daru, is it just before 5 on the 13th? Yeah? Alright, time leap successful. I pat Kurisu on the shoulders, almost in an embrace. You're a genius. What's going into you? Stop manhandling me, it's gross. I scramble for my phone. Alright. Chick, 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 chick.
Do-do-do! Mayushi here!
Mayuri, where are...
But I can't answer the phone right now.
He went to voicemail?
Please leave your message after the beep.
Mayuri, contact me at once, okay? At once! I hang up. I look at my watch again. It's just past 5. Thank God for the time leap machine. It makes me shiver to imagine what would have happened without it. I have 3 hours until Moeka kills Mayuri. Everything's going to be okay. That's plenty of time to escape. First, I'll meet up with Mayuri and leave Akiba. We can go to Ikebukuro. Wait, what if they're watching our house? Maybe we should hop the bullet train and get out of Tokyo entirely. Anyway, we're fine as long as Moeka doesn't find her today. So first I need to find Mayuri. First you need to tell them what's going on. Okabe? You look kinda crazy. Is that new? What's wrong? Kurisu and Daru look at me with concern. Both of you, get out of here. Now. What's this about? I check my wallet. I only have 9,000 yen and some change. I need to stop by an ATM and withdraw everything I have. Is this another one of your fantasies? Kurisu shrugs her shoulders, dumbfounded. I don't have time to answer her. I slip beside her and dash out of the lab. Okabe, where are you going? Hey! Why can't you just... I run full speed to Yanabayashi Shrine. Naturally, I have to stop for breath before I get more than a few blocks. The sun is setting, but the temperature still hasn't dropped below 30. Now keep in mind, they could be watching your house already from this time. Sweat quickly covers my entire body. I'm not good at exercise in the first place. Ditto. I finally stagger through the archway. Now I regret not borrowing Sasua's bicycle. But no, there wasn't time for that. Finding Mayuri comes first. I run to the courtyard, where I find Lukako standing alone with her bamboo broom. Lukako! Okabe-san. She bows her head. What's wrong? Mayuri! Where's Mayuri? Mayuri-chan already left. She left? Yes. When you see her, could you tell her that I'm sorry? I'd really prefer not to cosplay. I don't want to disappoint her, but it's too embarrassing to dress like that in front of people. I finally catch my breath. I didn't have time to listen to Lukako's apologies. Mayuri went back to the lab? I think so. That doesn't make sense. I know she comes to the lab around 6:30. It's still 5:30. No matter how slowly you walk, it shouldn't take more than 20 minutes to get to the lab. Maybe she had something else to do. So what was she doing for the extra 40 minutes? We didn't have time for this. She didn't say she was dropping by somewhere? No, I didn't ask. Is something wrong? If Mayuri comes back here, tell her to call me right away. Okay. I better check the lab. We might have missed each other. When I get back to the lab, nobody's there but Daru. Did Karisu go shopping by herself? I call out to him as he's ordering pizza on the computer. Where's Mayuri? Did she come back? Huh? No. Where is she? I take a bottle of Dr. P out of the fridge and chug it down. The cold, sparkling liquid wets my parched throat and drives the heat away. Dr. P, good for mad scientists the world over. Hashtag #LSciCongru. Kriki. Now I can think, but I still can't relax. Every minute, every second is precious. Each moment I waste brings me closer to Mayuri's death. Hey Okarin, why are you so jumpy? I need to find Mayuri. Isn't she at Lukashi's? Not anymore. She was gone by the time I got there. I start a pace in irritation. Maybe she went to see one of her cosplay friends? Who? What's her phone number? How should I know? Damn. It's easy to forget since she's usually here, but Mayuri and I rarely spend time together outside of the lab. May Quinn in the shrine. That's about it. I have no idea where else she might go. May Quinn doesn't even exist on this world line. Now that you mention it, do you know something? I think she said that her phone was about to run out of power. She had to turn it off. Yet another setback. Not only am I unable to contact her, she might not even notice my phone calls. Hey, what's going on? Why are you still here, Daru? I thought I told you to leave. I sit on the sofa. Feel the weight of stress on my shoulders and in my bones. Can you just tell people already? I'm not leaving without a good reason. Tell me what's going on, man. They're going to kill Mayuri. What? CERN's after us. In 2 hours their men will break in and kill Mayuri. Get out while you still can. What? For real? Can you get in touch with Karisu? Pass the message on to her. In 2 hours? How do you know that? Daru pauses for a moment. He looks towards the development room where the time leap machine is sitting. No way. You used it? I nod gravely. I kick Daru out of the lab and send him home. He promised to call Karisu for me and tell her to stay at her hotel, but a few minutes later she calls me directly and demands an explanation. It takes some effort, but I manage to convince her to do as I say. Now I just need to wait for Mayuri to get back. I thought about looking for her, but it's too risky. We could miss each other like we did at the shrine. Better to wait here in front of the building. While waiting, I try to convince myself that everything will be okay. Mayuri returns to the lab at 6:30. That leaves about an hour before Mueka's attack. In an hour, we could ride the bullet train from Tokyo Station to Shizuoka. Is that the best plan? Maybe we should get off at Yokohama and lay low in a hotel for a while. I can think about what comes next after Mayuri's safe. The time leap machine doesn't matter. Mueka can have it. My top priority is to prevent Mayuri's death. Sweat accumulates on my forehead and rolls down my face. Hurry back, Mayuri. Huh? Startled, I turn towards the voice. Susua and Mr. Brown have emerged from the Brown Tube workshop. I see them lock the door. Guess they're closing up shop. That's right, I forgot about Susua. What are you doing here, Okabe and Taro? Nothing. That reminds me. During the attack, she took down 5 armed commandos in the blink of an eye. I still can't believe it. Where does an 18-year-old girl learn to move like that? And then there was her strange behavior immediately before the attack. She left as soon as she heard about the bomb threat, almost as if she knew something was going to happen. And finally, there's that business with her father. Everything about her is a mystery. Who is Amano Susua? Oh, I know. You're getting ready for that party tonight, aren't you? How did you know we're having a party? Shina Mayuri. She came by earlier today to invite me over. Hope you got room for one more, cause I'm... You can't! That's... Am I a bother? No. It's okay, I understand. I guess I'm still an outsider. That's not it! What's wrong with you, Kabe? Let my part-timer join your little club. You owe her, remember? It's thanks to her belly that I let you off the hook for shaking the building last time. My belly? Hey! Susu has recovered her jacket. She's properly dressed now. She's got a fine belly, tight and well-trained. That's how I like them. I'm standing right here, you dirty old man. The party is cancelled. I'm sorry, part-time warrior, but please go home today. Can't you just tell her? Like, pull her aside and be like, CERN's gonna attack this building? Why do you have to be so secretive about stuff? Just... Cancelled? Yeah, sorry. I attempt to smile, but with little hope of success. I don't know what's going on, Okabe, but don't do anything reckless. Huh? It's weird to have him give me advice. I thought he was just a dirty old man who loved CRTs. Maybe he's sharper than I thought. Or maybe he's just telling me to stop shaking the building. I got in a fight with Miuri. Things are a little complicated right now. That's all. That's the best lie I can manage. Oh, is there gonna be blood? Blood? I mean, look over there. Tetsuya points across the street. I turn to look. To my surprise, there's Mayuri walking up the street with a big bag. When she notices us, she waves her hand with a ditzy smile. Mayuri! Huh? Weren't you fighting? She looks really happy to see you. I ignore Susuha and run to Mayuri. The clock on my phone says 6:33. Hey, where are you going? I wasted precious time talking to Susuha. Now that I secured Mayuri, we need to get as far away from Akiba as we can. What's the rush, Okurin? I ignore her question and grab her hands. Run! To the station! Wait! My bag! Forget it! Just run! Why? Just run! I can't get the image of Miuri's death out of my mind. I won't let them kill her. I won't. Mayuri gives no further resistance. Just tell her. People are coming to fuck our shit up. Let's get out of here. She follows obediently, quickly matching my pace. I forget that she's faster on her feet than I am. Hey, where are we going? First, we'll head for Tsukuba or Yokohama. I'm already gasping for air. Mayuri, however, might as well be strolling along for all the difficulty she's having. How could she be so ditzy yet so athletic at the same time? The sun is already set, but the sky is still a mix of indigo and orange. We run through the streets lit by dazzling shops. Everything will be fine once we make it on the train. I hold this thought in my mind as we run. I'm already exhausted. Mayuri practically has to drag me along to keep going. Shouldn't we rest a bit? No, stopping until we're on the train. I do my best to keep up the pace. But Okurin, you're covered in sweat. You shouldn't push yourself. You're not good at exercise. When we reach the station, I realize that something's wrong. The station is packed. Seriously packed. You don't see this many people even at rush hour. Has the bomb threat already started? The crowd is milling around the entrance. For some reason it looks like no one is going in. What's going on here? A protest? Some kind of street performance? I don't have time for this. Just an announcement plays over the PA. Your attention please. The Yamanote, Keihin, Tohoku, and Subu lines are currently suspended. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience and kindly ask for your cooperation. Finally, I realized my mistake. That's right. Before the attack, the trains were stopped by a bomb threat. No wonder there are so many people standing around. In my haste to flee the city, I completely forgot. How could I have been so stupid? I wonder what happened. All of the train lines are stopped. We can't escape Akiba. What about other means of public transportation? The subway or the bus? Should we go to another station? I turn around and head back the way we came, keeping a firm grip on Mayuri's hand. But before we get more than a few steps, a man steps out of the crowd and blocks our way. I realize that we're surrounded. Ukaba Rintaro? A low voice. Ukaba Rintaro? A face I've never seen. He's not one of the 5 who broke into the lab.
Ocarin, do you know these people?
Myra grips my arm tightly as she looks anxiously at the men. Come with us. Who are you? Instead of answering, the man makes a grab for my arm. I jerk away and try to escape, but the men move to block us again. If you resist, we'll kill you. CERN! They're with Moeka? She must have planned for this in advance. A chill runs up my spine. We made a terrible mistake when we hacked into CERN. I realize that now, though it's far too late. Are you gonna kill us with all these witnesses around? This isn't a game. I feel something cold against my back. I don't realize what it is at first. Then it hits me. A gun. Dots. I gulp. My blood goes cold. Am I going to die here? Will my time leaping be for naught? No, I can't give up. I won't let Mayuri die. I won't accept that future. But how do I get out of this? The crowd at the station has grown ever thicker. People are starting to argue with the station personnel, demanding to know when they can go home. The situation is quickly becoming chaotic. Suddenly, a fight breaks out nearby. It looks like some people are trying to shove their way through. This could be our chance. A tide of people surges into us, knocking the man behind me off balance. Now! I quickly turn and strike at the man's hand aside. His gun falls away. Then the man gets swallowed by the crowd. Run, Mayuri! I grab Mayuri's hand and start running. We have to fight our way through the crowd, but that also thwarts our pursuers. As soon as we reach the main street, we start running back towards the lab. Of course, we can't return to the lab itself. Moeka's group will be there shortly. Is the subway still running? If we get on the Suhiroroko station, we can take the Ginza line to Shibuya. From there, we can grab a train heading out of Tokyo. I still haven't recovered from my exhaustion. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. We can't stop now. I have to keep running. It doesn't take long before a new obstacle appears. 4 men walking together up ahead suddenly stop and turn to face us. I got a bad feeling about this. They don't look like otaku. Are they with CERN too? My fears are confirmed when the 4 men start walking towards us, arms spread to block the streets. No doubt about it. They're after us too. I turn to flee back towards the station, and there I see the first group of men closing in behind us. We're trapped. Enemies on both sides. There's only one choice. I grab Mayuri and make for the nearby side streets.
Where are we going, Ocarin?
I'm trying to get to the Suhiroroko station without using the main streets. But as we pass UPX, several men on the bridge point to us and shout something. Are they with CERN too? How many men do they have? We turn back and change course. Okay, Mayuri, you're a faster runner, so... Talking while running uses up all of my breath. Sweat drips into my eyes, making it hard to see. You go on ahead. Go to Hariti Shrine in Ikebukuro. We'll meet... Before I finish, I catch sight of another group of men waiting for us up ahead.
What's going on, Ocarin?
I look back. The group from before is chasing us. We're surrounded by enemies. The familiar streets of Akiba are filled with agents of CERN. I recall what Moeka said. You have nowhere to run. We have men stationed throughout Akihabara. Despair seizes my heart. Is escape impossible? We're just kids playing at science in the safety of our tiny little lab. Our enemy is a multinational conspiracy willing to kill anyone who gets in their way. Were we doomed from the start? No! No matter what, we must get away! Leading Mary by the hand, I push my way through the crowd, then jump the fence onto the road. Let's go. Huh? Something strikes me with crushing force, sending me tumbling across the pavement. I come to a stop several meters away. My body is racked with intense pain. Gah! Ah! A red curtain covers my eyes. I try to brush it off and my hand comes away slick with blood. I grip my teeth against the pain and lift my head. Mayuri's lying on the pavement a few meters away. I reach out to her. Yuri? No response. Mayuri is motionless. No. Did the impact kill her? Mayuri? This can't be happening. The car that ran us over, a white van, pulls up. The doors opens, and out steps. I've stopped them. Kiryu Mueka. Her again. She knew the exact moment to be here in order to run over poor Mayuri. I've secured Okaba Rintaro. She's talking to someone on her phone. Has she been tracking us this whole time? Contact the police. Shina Mayuri is dead. She looks down at me with eyes cold enough to freeze my blood. Why? Why did you kill her? Because you ran. You monster! Mustering my strength, I leap up and throw myself at Mueka. Huh? She goes down hard. I hear her head smack against the pavement. Good work! I stand up and look around. Mueka's dazed and unable to stand, but I see CERN agents making their way towards us through the crowd. Just run. We can't make it back to the lab. They're probably at the lab, which means we can't use the time leap machine to save Mayuri. But considering Mueka's perfect timing there to hit Mayuri and not kill us, did she use the time leap machine too to time that? I gotta get out of here. I take a step. A sharp pain stabs through my body. Well, we were run over. The crash must have broken a bone in my leg. It doesn't matter. I have to get to the lab and time leap again. That's the only way to save Mayuri. I look back at the site of the accident. Mueka is slowly regaining her feet, but Mayuri remains limp and motionless on the road. It breaks my heart to leave Mayuri lying there, but I have no choice. I have to go. Back to the lab! Fighting the pain in my broken leg, I manage to drag myself back to the lab. They're not there? Surprisingly, CERN's men didn't chase me. Nobody's at the lab when I arrive. Only the lights are still on. Relieved that Kurisu and Daru haven't returned, I head straight to the development room. I remember to break into the Braun Tube workshop to turn on the 42-range CRT. My body is drenched in sweat and I can't stop shivering. Everything hurts, especially my right side, where the car hit me. If I'm not careful, I might lose consciousness. My vision is blurry. It's hard to focus. My left arm is numb and can barely move. But still, I force myself to activate the X68000 and input the settings. I'm gasping for breath like a wounded animal. The sound of my heartbeat fills my ears. Mayuri. They killed her again. I failed to protect her. I'm sorry, Mayuri. I'm sorry. Choking back my tears, I frantically pound on the keyboard. Police sirens echo in the distance. Mueka hit Mayuri in front of hundreds of witnesses. They'll probably take her in for questioning. Even if CERN bails her out somehow, she should be stuck for at least a couple of hours. The real problem is her men. Those mercenaries, or whatever they were, CERN's hit squad. Why didn't they come after me? It should have been easier for them to catch me, injured as I am. I need to hurry. If they show up here, they'll kill me for sure. Settings complete. I put on the headgear. I'll get blood on it, but that doesn't matter. A surge of anxiety washes over me. What if the time leap fails? What if my memories are corrupted? I might forget who I am. I might lose myself. Should I really use the machine? I think I would rather lose all of my memories and lose myself than remember all the things you've been through recently. Of course I should. I curse my weakness. Mayuri's dead, remember? This can't be allowed to happen. No risk is too great. I will save Mayuri, whatever it takes. I alone have the power to change the past. What am I waiting for? Swallowing my fear, I activate the time leap machine. Here we go. Am I not leaping? Yes, we're leaping. We made it. Okay. It's now 8:17. This is 4:17, so it's slightly different because the other one was like 4:56, but we're going back in time. Yeah! A screeching in my ears, needles stabbing into my brain, 1,000 emotions flooding my senses. The world bends, pulses, then returns to normal. The pain in my wounds has vanished like magic, replaced by a piercing pain in my brain. I fight back a wave of nausea and take a stock of the situation. I'm sitting on the sofa with my phone to my ear. Another successful time leap. That makes 3. It looks like the time leap machine works perfectly. I'm sure it would boost Karisu's confidence if I told her. Although I'm just assuming that traveling back and forth here all the time is a bad thing, because you're sort of just layering your own memories. Like, sooner or later, that would have to cause some pretty big brain damage, I would assume. But that will have to wait until Mayuri's out of danger. I stand up and look around the lab. Where's Mayuri? What? Karisu, who was dozing off next to me, wakes up with a jerk at the sound of my voice. Don't shout. I've been working all night, so let me rest a bit. Where's Mayuri? What's wrong with you? She went to Lukashi's, remember? Damn, she already left? I should call her, send a mail. I need to get in touch with her somehow. Then again, is the last time we time jumped, didn't we time jump to 4:56? Now it's 4:17, so chances are good that she'll still be there. And hey, instead of just dragging Mayuri all about, talk to... No, don't... Susua, just say, hey, CERN's gonna hit this lab at this and this time. What do we do? You seem to know a bit what's going on. You have skills. How do we tackle the situation? Otherwise, Mayuri is going to die. Can't you just talk to her? Sometimes asking for help is okay. Okay? I know Susua's been acting suspicious at times, but the way she acted during Moeka's attack, I'm pretty sure that she's your best bet at the moment. Mayuri went to see someone after leaving the shrine. The question is who? Think. Consider every possibility. Did you go to see one of her friends? Damn! Why did I forget? Before I time leaped, I should have asked Mayuri where she was today. I'm not thinking straight. I have to calm down. Wait, I know. Last time we failed because we went to Akihabara Station. I should have known that CERN would be watching. This time we'll take a taxi to another station, then hide somewhere until things calm down. For now, all I can do is wait for Mayuri to return. This is driving me crazy. I consider explaining the situation to Karisu and Daru, but I just don't have the strength to do that right now. At least Susua. Besides, I don't want to get him involved. I'll take care of it myself. I won't let any more of my friends die. As before, the Brawn Tube workshop closes early. Mayuri appears as Susua and Mr. Brown are leaving. We run through Kanda Mioin's back streets to Okonomizu Station, taking only minimal precautions to avoid attracting attention. We have to get there before the Sobu line shuts down. We manage to make it to the station without being stopped, but when we get there I see a group of men waiting by the entrance. They look like CERN. So, You started running with Mayuri at the same time that you started running with Mayuri the other time, only this time we went to a different station. This is CERN. They probably have people at all the stations, so... Couldn't you rather hide out with Mayuri somewhere and focus on getting to the station later? Because the stations is a bad place to be. Change of plans. We turn around and head for the Shin Okonomizu subway station. We arrive at the station later than I intended. I don't usually come here, so I got lost. I stare nervously at the platform clock. According to the scrolling display, the Yamanote, Keihi, and Tohoku and Subu lines have already suspended operations. Wait, it looks like the Shiuda line has too. It must be protocol to assume that nearby stations may be threatened, even stations on unconnected lines. Damn! Mayuri hasn't said a word about my strange behavior. This is the third time I've led her on this escape, but each time she follows me without complaint. Wait, the third time? Does she really trust me that much? Maybe she can feel my desperation. That's why I want so badly to save her. We've been together for more than a decade. She's like a little sister to me. I'll leap as many times as it takes. Mayuri tilts her head quizzically. I realize that I'm staring at her.
Okurin? Mayushi has a lot of questions, but she'll wait for now. But once it's over, I want you to tell me everything, okay?
Yeah, I promise. Mayuri smiles happily at that answer. That's right. While we wait for the train, I should ask Mayuri about her whereabouts today. If I have to leap again, I'll need all the information I can get. Where did you go after you saw Lukako?
I got an email from Fubuki-chan. A thread came loose on her costume. I went to fix it.
Where does Fubuki-chan live?
We met at Starbucks at UPX.
So that's where she was. Just then, an announcement placed over the PE system. The subway is resuming normal operations. About 20 minutes have passed since we arrived. I didn't expect to be stuck here that long, but it's okay. Right now, Mueka should be in Akihabara, heading to the lab. Everything is going to be alright. While waiting for the train, I examined the route map on the station's notice board. We can transfer to an overland train at Yoyogi Uehara. It'll take a while, but that will take us all the way to Udawara. Another announcement. Our train is arriving. I can hear the rumbling and see the lights at the end of the tunnel. Mayuri and I are standing just behind the white line. I reach for her hands, meaning to make a dash for the train when the doors open. But I guess there's no hurry now. I let my hand fall to the side. Empty. Sorry I'm moving about a lot, but... The roar comes closer. Yeah, I was sitting on a pillow. Pillow was getting uncomfortable.
About the party tonight.
Mayuri's saying something. I can't quite hear her over the train.
It got cancelled, but we should definitely... Mayuri!
Ferris? Suddenly Mayuri disappears. Huh? What? There she is, leading out over the tracks. She's off balance, as if she stumbled or someone pushed her. She seems to hang there for a moment, and then the train comes screaming into the station. Is this Let's Kill Mayuri Simulator 2015? What the fuck is going on? I hear a sound from under the train. I can't describe it, but it makes me instantly nauseous. Sparks fly as the train slams on its brakes. The people on the platform scream. I turn to where Mayuri was just a moment ago. There stands a familiar girl. Tiny, adorable, a cute black rabbit pouch slung over her shoulder. Tanuji Nei? What the hell? She looks up at me. Her eyes are wide. Her lips tremble.
I saw Mayuri. I wanted to surprise her. It wasn't it wasn't.
She stares at me for a few more seconds, as if waiting for me to say something, then turns and runs away. The platform is in chaos. The PA informs us that there's been a personal injury accident. Nay is already gone. I don't go after her. Instead, I peek timidly through the gap between the train and the platform. One side of the track is a wash of red. My mind is blank. I can't think. I don't even remember how I got back to the lab. Mecha's group should have come and gone, but the time leap machine is still here. Are they letting me do this? Are they somehow researching the results here? This is so strange. I guess I should be grateful. I don't get this. It takes longer than usual to set up the machine. For some reason, I have trouble recalling my own phone number. At last, it's ready. Now, take me back. Here we go again. A shot at redemption. Let's go. The leap occurs instantaneously. Teeter claimed that his time machine takes 1 hour of subjective time to travel 10 years. I don't know if ours has the same behavior, but now is not the time to find out. 10 years? I have no business that far back. Besides, according to Kurisu, time leaping too far into the past could cause mental disorders due to the gap between personality and memory.
Juicy chicken number 1, doo-da, doo-da. Juicy chicken number 1, doo-da, doo-da, hey ho.
Mayuri is singing her chicken song, though she's actually eating pre-cooked chicken from the convenience store, instead of her usual juicy chicken number 1. She had to switch because she can't warm up frozen chicken in the microwave, which is now a dedicated part of the time leap machine. I was right to come back 5 hours. Mayuri's still in the lab, so we went even further this time. But what the hell happened back there? It hurts, but I force myself to recall that horrifying scene. Mayuri died again. This time it happened at Shin Okonomisu Station, a place completely unrelated to the lab or the bomb threat. I'm really unsure about Nei. If that was an intentional push, or if it was just an honest-to-God accident. I'm really leaning towards that it was on purpose. Tanushi Nei pushed her onto the tracks, where the train tore her to shreds. Could Nei be working for CERN too? No, that can't be right. Nei has a habit of jumping on Mayuri and greeting. She was probably just being her usual affectionate self. Those eyes, though. But why did she choose that precise moment, exactly? I don't know. I sense malice. Whose malice? It's like fate is playing a cruel joke on us. Whatever the case, all that matters now is that I have another chance. I need to act. I have the power to save Mayuri. I will do whatever it takes to find a way. This time, we hail a taxi on Shuodori. It'll be expensive, but that hardly matters now. Mayuri comes along quietly. I consider taking her home to Ikebukuro, but Murka's group might be watching her house. I have no idea where they are at this point in time. Instead, I asked the driver to take us to Shinagawa. However, the traffic is unusually heavy. The driver says it's never been this bad before. There must be an obstruction up ahead, an accident or something. That's the only explanation I can think of. We made it out of Akiba, but at this rate, it'll take forever to reach Shinagawa. I consider getting off here and taking the train, but then I remember what happened at Shin Oshanomisu Station. I have a bad feeling about this. The traffic jam could be CERN's doing. I look out the window and scan the crowd for anyone who might be a CERN agent. 3 hours later, we're still stuck. According to a conversation I overheard between our driver and another driver, there's some kind of inspection up ahead. Furthermore, it doesn't seem to be a police inspection, and a small fight broke out at the inspection site or something. To make matters worse, this road has already been closed off and all the cars behind us are being detoured. There are only about 100 cars waiting, but the inspection has been at a standstill for 3 hours. This can't be a coincidence. Once again, I feel the malice of fate manipulating the situation. Is Myri going to die again? Run back to the lab and use the time leap machine again? If I'd known it was going to turn out like this, I'd have ditched the taxi hours ago. It's not too late. I should pay the driver and get off right... Just then, someone knocks on the window. Our taxi stopped in the middle of the road. What's going on? I look over, but before I can say anything, a man opens the rear door and gets in next to Myri. He's holding a knife. Another assassin! Myri, look out! Before she can reply, the man covers Myri's mouth with a large, meaty hand. I try to open my door, but it's locked. Only the driver can open it from the inside. Myri opens her eyes wide. Her body twitches. What? It all happens too fast. The man sinks his knife into Myri's chest. A bright red spot stains her clothes. What? Be quiet, Okabe Rintaro. Another man gets into the passenger seat. He points a gun at the driver and says something to him. Strength drains from Mayuri's body. Her eyes slowly close. A tear rolls down her cheek. I watch her die inches away, powerless to stop it. I can feel her last breath against my skin. They killed her again. Why? Why? Why can't I save her? Why won't you let me save her? Who decided that Mayuri must die? Mueka? CERN? Or does the world itself wish for Mayuri's death? I won't accept that. I clench my jaw and throw myself forward, driving my forehead into the killer's nose. Yeah! He falls back. I shout to the driver. Don't you think he's part of them? Open the door! Oh, I crawl out of the taxi and take off running through the traffic jam. Took him long enough. After running for hours, I make it back to the lab. Luckily, the time leap machine is still there. I have to leap again. It's strange though, cause they seem extremely intent on killing Mayuri, but they're just fine with letting me go. Every time we run, Mayuri dies. Stop running! Hide! Hide away somewhere. Use this time to freaking hide in a bush or something. Like, but they seem very intent on killing her, but not so much actually like taking me in or capturing me or anything, or even killing me. Why is there's something going on here? Every time we run, Mayuri dies. 6 hours into the past, I clutch my head and rack my brain for an answer. I feel like I've hit a dead end. Literally. What do I do if we can't run away? Is there no way to save her? No! There has to be a way!
What you talking about?
What you talking about? Sorry. Myri's blank stare is the only answer I get. This time, I take her to the closest police station and beg them to protect her. When asked why, I explain that someone is going to kill Myri 6 hours from now, but without any proof that there's someone after her, they have no choice but to turn us away. It's past 6 by the time we leave the station, and we're left with no choice but to keep running. I wish that I could blame my previous failures on bad luck. We could try Uchinomisu or Shinbashi, and maybe this time she won't die. But I don't have the courage to try those routes again. At the same time, we can't stay in Akiba. We're running out of options. Subways, trains and taxis, all out. Attempting escape by those means will get Mayuri killed. So my heart tells me. Perhaps the fear is irrational, but I can't put it out of my mind. I've seen her die a half-dozen times already. Shot, stabbed, torn to pieces. I can't go through that again. We take refuge in Yodobayashi Camera. I thought we could keep hiding there indefinitely, but just after 7 we hear an explosion in front of the station. Yodobashi goes into chaos. Policemen appear and start evacuating the store. When I try to explain our situation, an officer shouts, "Terrorist!" and pulls his gun. This can't be happening. This isn't America. Japanese police officers don't shoot without provocation. Mayuri dies. It happens so fast. The policeman shoots her right in the head. I don't know if he was a real policeman or a CERN assassin in disguise. It doesn't matter. I can't deny it any longer. The world itself is killing Mayuri.
Is it impossible to change the past? That was a big time leap. That was 6 hours. I still think we can find a way around this. But you've been going down a similar path, like somewhere you can hide. Like what if you went to Ferris's place or something? Or just like hid out somewhere. I don't know. Or tell Susua, come on, just please tell Susua. This time I don't leap into action immediately. Instead I sit on the couch and collect my thoughts. Every time I try to save Mayuri, it ends in the worst possible way. To make matters worse, I no longer even know what I'm supposed to be saving her from. Cause and effect. Why does Mayuri die? At first I thought that it was Moeka and her hit squad, sent by CERN to steal our time machine. But as I leapt back in time again and again, the cause of Mayuri's death kept changing. At Shinocho no Mizu Station, she died because Nei pushed her off the platform. It could be CERN interference. CERN had nothing to do with that. It was an accident. Each time I leap, she dies a different way. What does that mean? I've been thinking for an hour and I'm no closer to an answer. I want someone to tell me, but who can I ask? I'm the only person in history to leap through time. No, there's one more. John Dieter. But he's not replying to my emails anymore and he hasn't posted on that channel in days. I'm not even convinced he's a real time traveler. I decide not to run this time. Instead, I take a different approach. Strike first. I send Moeka an email. I need to talk to you about our time machine. Meet me alone. I designate the roof of Radio Kaikon as our meeting place. 2 weeks have passed since the satellite crashed, but it's still there and the building's still closed. At least the security has lessened, so it's easy for me to sneak in. Not that there's any sneaking to do. I just walk in through the front door like I belong there. No one questions me. Last time I came here was for Dr. Nakabashi's presentation. Of course, on this world line, the presentation was cancelled. Naturally, there's nobody here but me. It occurs to me that this is a dangerous gambit. Moeka might have a gun, and I already know that she's willing to use it. But then, I don't intend to play fair either. We're supposed to meet at 5:30. It's just after 5. I came early in order to ambush her. I hide in the shadows and wait with bated breath. About 30 minutes later, I hear the door open. Moeka makes her entrance, alone. She looks around restlessly. She still hasn't noticed me. I take a gun out of my shirt. It's not real. It's Fuji Gadget number 1, the bit particle gun. It's just a toy ray gun with a remote control attached. Obviously a bluff, but well, I could prepare on such short notice. I run up behind Moeka and shove the bit particle gun into her back. Don't move! Tats! Hands up. Just like a Hollywood movie. But this isn't a movie. This is real. And she isn't an actress. She's a murderer. After Mueka raises her hands, I feel through her clothes. Sure enough, she's carrying a gun. I take it from her and press it to Mueka's back and place it a bit particle gun. Sorry to disappoint you. The first gun was a toy. Dots. Talk. I know you were sent by CERN. How? How? You want to know how? My frustration and rage boil over. Because of her. Because of her. Mayuri. I came from the future, that's how. Dots. You think I'm lying? I repeated the last several hours a half-dozen times already. I lost count of how many times exactly. And I haven't slept at all that entire time. Strangely, I'm not tired at all. I know what you're planning. Around 7, you're gonna stop the trains. Dots. Mueka gasps. So it was their doing. I also know that you're planning to attack the lab, you and your men. You are then going to kill Mayuri. I... Understand? I'm a time leaper. Mueka nods faintly. I could kill her now. It would be easy. But no. I need information. Who are you people? Rounders. Mueka answers with surprising obedience. I guess she values her own life, even though she has no problem depriving other people of theirs. Rounders? What does that mean? How are you related to CERN? By email. No! Speak! The Rounders are an organization separate from CERN. Covert operations. We don't exist. Like a private army? No. Our mission is to find and acquire IBN 5100s. They send us around the world. We collect them. IBN 5100s? That's right. When I met her, she was looking for an IBN 5100. These days, they're nearly impossible to find. People will pay millions just to own one. Is that because CERN has been hunting them down? How many Rounders are there? Dots. Answer me! I don't know. I'm just an agent. So she's not important enough to be told. Was it you who stole our IBN 5100? Mueka doesn't answer. Why does CERN need IBN 5100s? To keep hackers out? Maintaining secrecy is the highest priority for CERN. What are they hiding? We already know they killed hundreds of test subjects with their time travel experiments. We didn't need an IBM 5100 to find that out. Are you saying that IBM 5100 database has information more sensitive than that? I don't know. Because you're just an agent? My tone is sarcastic, but Mueka nods. Damn, she's useless. Why did you attack the lab? Or rather, why will you attack the lab? Isn't it obvious? Because we hacked into CERN? 3 reasons. First, because of what you know. We were ordered to silence you. So CERN did know about the hacking. Second, for the time machine. The one you made. They want our time machine. CERN must be trying to monopolize time travel technology. Third, the reason it happens today. You plan to make your time machine public. How would somebody with time travel technology know? Ooh, how does she know that? We made that decision right after the time leap machine was completed. That was only a few hours ago. That's why I was ordered to take you in. Take us in? You killed Mayuri! She is unnecessary. Unnecessary. I nearly pulled the trigger. Okabe, Makise, Hashida. You made the time machine. She's expendable. Those are my orders. And after you take us in, what then? CERN will hold you prisoner, force you to complete their time travel research.
It must feel really bad for CERN, having some random guys in a lab make more progress than them. Have you done this before? How many lives have you ruined for CERN's research?
I do as I'm told.
Yeah, sure, that's what the Gestapo said too. I was a fool to consider you my friends.
I live for CERN. I live for FB. I'll do anything if FB tells me to.
Who's FB? FB? Is that the name of her supervisor?
Okabe-kun. Is it you? Are you John Teeter?
What? John Teeter?
There's no one else it could be.
Me? I don't have time for this. I dig the gun into Moeka's back. If you want to live, you'll call your friends, call FB, cancel the attack.
Moeka shakes her head. I don't have the authority.
I don't care! Find some way to stop the attack! Otherwise, I'll kill you. I can't do it. I'm not a killer. My hands are trembling, just like Moeka's were before she shot Mayuri. Why? Why did you kill her? She was hesitating. She didn't want to pull the trigger, but she did. You didn't want to kill her, did you? So why?
I just obey FB.
Then bring that son of a bitch here! Moeka shakes her head again. I don't care about your authority. If you don't do what I say...
I can't. I've never...
Something hard stabs into my back. A chill runs through my body. There's someone behind me. Drop the gun! A man's voice. Is he with Moeka? You lied, Kiryu Moeka! I'm ready to pull the trigger in cold blood. We promised to meet alone!
That's...
Moeka doesn't answer. I said drop the gun! I'll give you the time machine. Just don't kill anyone.
Even if you do that...
Even though I'm still pointing the gun at her, Moeka steps away and turns to face me. Her eyes are cold, her expression unreadable.
You'll still be held prisoner.
Forever. Moeka takes the gun from my hands. I'm unable to resist. Please. I'm sorry about the hacking. Just please don't kill anyone. Something strikes the back of my head. My legs give out instantly, sending me to the ground. Darkness creeps in. Target B is in custody. Requesting pickup. Deep down I knew. I can't save Mayuri. Even if Moeka's group doesn't kill her, someone or something else will. The world itself wants her dead. That is the choice of Steins Gate. Steins Gate? There's no such thing. Those words have no meaning. It's just some nonsense I made up to sound cool. Steins Gate doesn't exist, but fate does. Fate, God, the will of the universe, an absolute force that no one can resist. It exists, and it has sentenced Mayuri to death.